In this video, I'll share with you how to pass IBEW Apprenticeship Aptitude Test. The test assesses your math and reading skills, doesn't require any prior experiences, and what's important, passing it brings you closer to a stable, well-paying union career. There are two sections in the test. The first section represents algebra and functions. It tests how well you know order of operations, solving linear equations and inequalities, functions and function notations, word problems with unknowns, ratios, proportions and percent problems, exponents and square roots, sample graphs and data interpretation. It has 33 questions and you need to solve them in 46 minutes. Section 2, Reading Comprehension, tests your ability to understand and analyze written information, including technical and instructional text, and you need to do it in 36 questions over 51 minutes. The test is scored on a pass-fail basis, with local JATCs sometimes setting their own cutoff scores. What's tricky about this test is that you won't receive your exact score, but you will be notified if you advanced in interview stage. What's also very important is that scoring high doesn't guarantee placement, but it greatly improves your chances of getting an interview.
Hi there, this is Vadim from Online Training for Everyone. And in this video, you will have everything you need to get ready and pass the assessment test.
In this video, we will walk through real sample questions step by step, so you will not only know what to expect, but also learn how to tackle each part with confidence. I'll share with you the correct answers, detailed explanation, and helpful strategies to boost your chances of passing the test. The questions appear in random order, so I recommend watching the entire video to get the most practice and insight.
Before we begin, let me introduce myself.
My name is Vadim Michalenko. I hold an MBA and master's degree in computer science. I've worked in the information technology field for over 20 years, and I've spent more than 15 years teaching people how to succeed in their careers. I created online training for everyone and the website howtoanalyzedata.net to help people like you pass interview and assessment tests and get you hired for your dream job.
Many people successfully pass their tests after watching videos like this. Hopefully, it will help you as well.
If you're short on time and need to prepare quickly for a pre-employment exam, check out the premium practice materials linked in the description and comments below. Before we jump in, make sure to click subscribe and stay updated on the latest questions. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video.
If you have any questions, please post them in comments. I reply to every message. And now, let's go ahead and get started.
Think fast. Can you spot the pattern hiding in plain sight? Here's your challenge. What comes next in the sequence? 2, 4, 8, 16. Take a moment. What's the rule here? This one is all about doubling. Each number multiplies by 2 to get to the next. 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16. So 16 times 2, that gives us 32, and the correct answer here is choice B. The price tag drops from $30 down to $24. How big is the discount? Let's break it down. That's a $6 drop. Now divide the drop by the original price. 6 divided by 30 equals 0.2. Multiply by 100 to get percentage. 0.2 by 100 equals 20%. And the correct answer here is choice D, 20%. Which of the following is the best synonym for concise? A. Detailed, B. Brief, C. Complex, or D. Vague? The trick here is knowing what concise really means. Something short, sharp, and full of meaning. Concise doesn't mean detailed, complex, or unclear. It means delivering the point in fewer words. So the correct answer here is choice B, brief. You've got 10 socks in the drawer, 4 black, 3 white, and 3 blue. In the dark, how many do you need to pull out to guarantee at least one matching pair? Let's think worst case scenario. What if the first 3 socks are all different colors? 1 black, 1 white, and 1 blue. That means 3 socks, no pair. But once you pull out a 4th, it must match to one of first 3. So, to guarantee a pair, you need at least 4 socks, and the correct answer here is choice C, 4. A person starts by facing north. They turn 90 degrees clockwise. then make a 180-degree turn in the opposite direction counterclockwise. Which direction are they facing now? A 90-degree clockwise turn takes the person to east, then 180-degree counterclockwise turn from east, 90 degrees to north, 180 degrees to west, and the correct answer here is choice C, west. At the first glance, it's just circles, but there is a clever pattern hidden here. Can you figure it out? What comes next in the sequence? Let's break it down. Look closely. Top row, shaded parts only. Bottom row, unshaded parts only. So, which pair completes the sequence? The correct answer here is choice A. Why? Draw a mental symmetry line after the second circle. Your only symmetrical choice is choice A. Think you can rank people by height without a ruler? Let's test your deduction skills. Sam is taller than Emmy. Emmy is taller than Bob. Who is the shortest? If Sam is the tallest and Emmy is in the middle, that leaves just one person at the bottom of the height chain. And the shortest? It's C, Bob. Simple comparison, sharp logic. A train travels 149 miles in 3 hours and 20 minutes. What is the average speed in miles per hour? A, 44, B, 45, C, 46, or D, 50 miles per hour? To find the average speed, divide the total distance, 149 miles, by the total time in hours. 3 plus 20 divided by 60 equals 333 hours, giving approximately 44.7 miles per hour. The correct answer here is choice B, 45 miles per hour. A company's profits just hit $200,000, but that's after 25% jump. How much were they before? Let's break it down. A 25% increase means 200,000 is 125 of the original. To reverse it, we need to divide it by 1.25. That gives us $160,000. So the correct answer here is choice B, $160,000. Your team agrees on the plan, but you see a big flaw. The meeting's ending fast. What should you do? Going with the flaw might seem easy, but what if no one else spotted the risk? Stepping back or sending an email later? You will miss the chance to influence the outcome. Your best move, speak up respectfully while the group is still together. It shows courage, collaboration, and might even save the team from costly mistake. So the correct answer here is choice B. Take a close look at these 3 connected gears. If the bottom left gear, the largest one, rotates clockwise, what is the direction of the top gear, the smallest one? Each gear flips the motion of the one before it, so clockwise, counterclockwise, and clockwise again. The correct answer is choice A, clockwise. What happens when employees swap cubicles for couches? You're told, if more employees work remotely, office utility costs have decreased this year. What can be logically concluded? If cost drops when remote work rises and costs did drop, it's logically to connect the two. The most reasonable conclusion, more employees are working remotely, and the correct answer here is choice A. You're closing on a major deadline, but one teammate has gone radio silent. What should you do? Let's break it down. Taking over their tasks? That's unsustainable and sets the wrong precedent. Escalating right away could damage the trust. Venting to others? Not helpful and definitely not professional. Your strongest move? Reach out directly and offer support. It shows leadership, opens the door for a solution, and keeps the project and the relationship on track. So the correct answer here is choice C. You're looking at the flat shapes that could become something 3D. Only one of these blueprints can be folded into a classic pyramid. Can you spot it? Focus on the base shape and the triangles. Which layout would let you fold 4 triangles upward around the square. If you have selected option A, you nailed it. Why? This is the perfect square in the center and the triangle on each side, just what's needed to fold a proper pyramid. Here's a quick puzzle built on basic fractions, but don't let its simplicity fool you. You're looking at 4 pie charts. Each one is divided into equal parts, and each has some sections shaded in. The question is, which one shows the fraction 5/8? Here's what you can do to solve it correctly. Take a close look, count the total slices, then count how many are shaded. Which circle shows exactly 5 out of 8 parts? If you have selected option A, well done. Let's break it down. The circle has 8 equal parts. 5 of them are shaded. That's exactly what 5/8 means. Simple, clean, and precise. Patterns are everywhere, from nature to numbers. Let's test your eye for details. You're given a sequence of shapes. Each has a mix of vertical and horizontal lines. Can you identify what comes next in this evolving pattern? Look closely. What's increasing? What's decreasing? Think logically. What would the next step look like? If you have picked option D, you nailed it. Here's why. With each step, vertical lines increase by 1, while horizontal lines decrease by 1. That makes D the perfect continuation of the sequence. You're given an abstract square design with one section removed. Your goal, figure out which one of the 4 options completes the image perfectly. Here's how we're gonna solve it. Examine the shapes closely. Which option matches the angles, lines, and positioning of the missing part? If you have selected option C, you're absolutely right. It's the only shape where every angle and line matches perfectly. You see 4 clocks. In each one, a hand has moved, but only one clock shows a perfect 180-degree turn. Can you find the right one? Look at the start and end points. Remember, a 180-degree movement means a straight line flip across the clock face. If you have picked clock B, you got it. That hand travels from 12 to 6, exactly a halfway around. That's your 180-degree turn. You see the number grid, but one number is missing. Can you crack the sequence before time runs out? Let's break it down. Focus on each row. Look closely at how the numbers change from left to right. Each row in the grid follows the pattern where the numbers increase by 2 from left to right. So what comes after 4 and 6? The missing number in the last row is 8, because 4, 6, and then 8 continues the same +2 sequence, and the final answer is choice D, 8. What is the larger angle between the hour and minute hands when a clock shows exactly 2 o'clock? Let's break it down. Each hour in a clock represents 30 degrees. 300 divided by 12 equals 30 degrees. The angle between minute and hour hands is 60 degrees, since there are 2 hours between them. But the angle between hour and minute hands is 300 degrees, which is calculated as 360 minus 60. And the correct answer here is choice D, 300 degrees. Here's the cool question for you. Which of the following movement sequences will return a shape to its original orientation? Did you get to the right answer? Reflecting a shape twice over the same line cancels the transformation. In fact, it's the only option that's put the shape right back where it began, perfectly aligned. The correct answer here is choice B, reflect twice over the same line. 4 tasks, A, B, C, and D, need to be completed. Task A must be done before B. Task D must be completed after C. Which one is the possible correct order? 1, 2, 3, or 4? The correct order is A, C, D, B. A comes before B, and C comes before D. Which number doesn't belong in this series? 3, 5, 11, 14, and 17. Let's break it down. Most of these numbers are prime. They can't be divided evenly by anything but 1 in themselves. 3, 5, 11, and 17 all check out, but 14, it's divisible by 2 and 7. So the correct answer here is choice D, 14 doesn't belong. How many triangles are in this shape? I counted 8 triangles. If you spot more, make sure to post it in comments. Here all they are for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the correct answer here is choice D, 8 triangles. At first glance, this matchstick equation looks broken. 5 minus 3 doesn't equal 4. But can you fix it with just 4 extra matchsticks? Here's the trick. Turn the 5 into a 6 by adding 1 matchstick. Change the minus sign into a plus by adding 2 more. Then transform the 4 into a 9 with the final matchstick. And now the equation reads 6 plus 3 equals 9, which is perfectly valid and within the rules. You're looking at 3 perfect squares, but your goal is to end up with just 2. And here's the twist. You can only move 3 matchsticks. The squares may be different in size, and you're not allowed to remove or break any matchsticks. Just move 3. Here's the trick. Move 3 matchsticks from the smaller squares and reposition them to form 1 large square on the right. Now you're left with just 2 squares, 1 small and 1 big. In this question, you have 3 shapes per row, but 1 is missing. Can you find the pattern and detect the missing shape? Each shape has a different number of internal layers. In the top row, we have a triangle with 0 inner layers, a circle with 2, and a square with 1. To complete the second row, we need 1 of each shape, and 1 of each inside layer counts, 0, 1, and 2. The missing shape? A triangle with 1 inner layer. And the correct answer here is choice B. Stack up your brain power. Here's the visual riddle. How many blocks will be in the force figure? Watch closely. Each shape grows by adding a new row. First has 1 block, then 2 more, then 3 more. What's next? Yep, 4 blocks added to the pile. So the total is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10 blocks. And the correct answer here is choice D, 10. It's all about building layer by layer. Do you think your reading skills are sharp? Let's test your logic with this real-world passage. This one is about sleep and how it might affect your mood. Recent surveys show that people who sleep fewer than 6 hours per night are more likely to report feeling anxious or depressed. Experts suggest that consistent sleep deprivation may alter brain chemistry and affect emotional regulation. Based on this information, which of the following is most likely to be true? A. Sleeping more than 6 hours causes anxiety. B. Sleep deprivation can harm mental health. C. All people with depression sleep less than 6 hours. Or D. Emotional regulation is unrelated to sleep. Can you try to solve it on your own? To get to the answer, let's work through this logically. This passage does not say sleeping more causes anxiety, so A is out. It says people who sleep less tend to report anxiety and depression, and that sleep loss might alter brain chemistry and emotional control. That supports mental health's impact, making B strong. C goes too far. All people is an exaggeration not supported by the passage. D contradicts the text. It clearly connects emotional regulation with sleep. So the best answer? Choice B, sleep deprivation can harm mental health. It is directly supported by the facts in the passage. Always remember, reading comprehension is all about evidence, not assumptions. Take a close look at the chart. Based on the chart, determine which of the following must be true. Chart represents total market share for brands. Total market share is 100%. Brand A is 40%, brand B 25%, brand C 15%. That adds up to 80, leaving 20% for brand D and brand E. Since both brand E and D have equal size areas, each must have 10%. And the correct answer here is choice A. If it rains, the event will be cancelled. Today it's not raining. So, can you tell for sure if the event is still on? Here's the catch. The rule only tells us what happens if it rains. But it doesn't, so we're left on guessing. Maybe it's cancelled for another reason. So the only solid conclusion is choice D. There's insufficient information. 4 identical vessels, each containing a different amount of liquid, are all heated to the same temperature. In which vessel will the liquid cool the fastest? To answer this question, apply the principle of heat loss per unit volume. Liquids with less volume cool faster because they have less thermal mass and greater surface to area volume ratio. Since vessel D has the least amount of liquid, it will lose heat the fastest, making it cool down the quickest. So the correct answer here is choice D. You overhear a teammate sharing confidential details with someone outside the project. What should you do? Letting it go might seem easier, but what if it wasn't harmless? Calling them out publicly? That's risky and could embarrass them. Broadcasting a team-wide reminder? That could create unnecessary tension. Your smart move? Speak with them privately and ask if it was intentional. It's respectful, low drama, and gives them a chance to clarify or course correct. So final answer is choice C. You throw 4 identical balls with the same speed but at the different angles. Which ball will travel the farthest horizontally? Let's break it down. 30 degrees stays low. It's fast but shallow. 60 degree goes high but falls back quickly. 90 degree just goes up and drops. So the correct answer here is choice B, 45 degrees. It balances height and distance, giving the longest flight across the field. Which container, all with the same total volume, will overflow the fastest if water is poured into each one at the same rate? Take a close look at all the containers. In 3 of them, water will fill gradually. But in one container, the hole causes it to leak halfway through the fill, making it the first one to overflow in function, not in the form. So the correct answer here is choice C, a container with the hole halfway up the side. You overhear a teammate sharing confidential details with someone outside the project. What should you do? Letting it go might seem easier, but what if it wasn't harmless? Calling them out publicly? That's risky and could embarrass them. Broadcasting a team-wide reminder? That could create unnecessary tension. Your smart move? Speak with them privately and ask if it was intentional. It's respectful, low drama, and gives them a chance to clarify or course correct. So final answer is choice C. With this question, you either know the answer or you don't. But guess what? If you don't know it, we will give you the hints to get it right and remember the solution for the rest of your life. You need to determine how many sides in a heptagon. And your choices for the answers are choice A 6, choice B 7, choice C 9, and choice D 12. You will have less than 10 seconds to lock in your answer before time runs out. Once you're done, I'll join you on the other side and we'll go over the solution together. Ready, set, go. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? Here's some cool things about this shape to help you remember it for the rest of your life. Number 1 is that if you connect every other point in this shape, you will form a 7-pointed star. And then another cool thing about this shape is that the interior angles of this shape add up to 900 degrees. I think you've guessed it by now. A heptagon has exactly 7 sides, and its name comes from Greek words hepta, which means 7, and gonia, which means angle. The most notable memories of heptagons is British 50 cents coin, which has rounded version of this shape. Even though I'm not sure how useful it is nowadays with all the inflation going. If you are from the Great Britain and watching this video, please make sure to share it in comments. Do you know any other uses of the heptagons in the real world? Please make sure to share your thoughts in comments. And I'll share with you the answer to this question. It's choice B, 7. Are you ready for more? Here's the question for you to practice your skills. How many sides in a nonagon? And the choices for the answers are choice A, 6, choice B, 7, choice C, 9, and choice D, 12. Once you've determined your answer, post it in comments and I'll give you my feedback. Good luck with this intriguing challenge. You're presented with 3 by 3 matrix. First row of the matrix has numbers 4, 5, and 15. Second row has numbers 2, 7, and 14. And then the third row has numbers 3 and 8. And then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 21, choice B, 24, choice C, 28, and choice D, 32. Here is our plan. Take a moment to understand the question, just like you would during the real test. Make sure to choose one of 4 answer options before time is up. Afterwards, I'll walk you through the solution step by step. Alright, let's dive in. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because the solution to this question is as simple as elegant as this amazingly cool shape. Let's take a close look at the numbers in the square. The pattern here is that the numbers from the left column matched and multiplied with the numbers in the middle column to calculate the right column value. Let's look at the example and start with the number 3 in the bottom left corner. 3 multiplied by 5 equals 15. Let's confirm our hypothesis with other examples. Let's move to number 2. 2 multiplied by 7 equals 14. If you've noticed, we've used almost all the numbers 3, 2, 7, 5, 15, and 14. So now it's the time to calculate the magic number. 4 multiplied by 8 equals 32. So the correct answer here is choice D, 32. Hold on! Are you ready for another round? Now, as you know how to tackle these types of challenges, let's keep the momentum going. Try this question to see how you would do. You are presented with 3 by 3 square. First row in the square has numbers 4, 5, and 10. Second row has numbers 3, 4, and 12. And then the third row has numbers 2, 7, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 21, choice B, 24, choice C, 28, and choice D, 32. After you worked out your answer, post it in comments and I'll share with you my feedback. Enjoy solving this cool problem. This question might seem like trying to untangle holiday lights. Messy at first, but you will shine bright once you get it solved. My advice, keep untangling. The glow of your success is right around the corner. You're presented with 3 diamonds. Each diamond has 4 numbers inside. The first diamond has numbers 3, 4, 6, and 2. The second diamond has numbers 5, 8, 10, and 4. And then the third diamond has numbers 9, 14, 18, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 5, choice B, 6, choice C, 7, and choice D, 8. Here's what we're gonna do. Take your time to work through this question at your own pace, just like you would an actual exam. Once you're done, we'll go over it together and I'll guide you through the solution step by step. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? I hope you are, since the pattern in this question could not be any simpler. Let's take a close look at the number 12 o'clock. It's 2. 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4, which is the number on the opposite side at 6 o'clock. Let's look at the number 3 at 3 o'clock. 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6. Let's verify this pattern with the second shape. 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8, and 5 multiplied by 2 equals 10. Let's look at the third shape. 9 multiplied by 2 equals 18. And you know what time it is? It's the magic time to calculate the missing number. 14 divided by 2 equals 7. So the correct answer here is choice C, 7. But wait, there is more. Here's the question for you to solve. You're presented with 3 diamonds. First diamond has numbers 3, 6, 9, and 2. Second diamond has numbers 6, 12, 18, and 4. And then the third diamond has numbers 7, 15, 21, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 5, choice B, 6, choice C, 7, and last but not least, choice D, 8. After you found the answer, post it in comments and I'll provide my feedback. Best of luck with this exciting challenge. In this question, you're presented with unusual but very cool looking set of expressions. First expression is soccer ball plus basketball equals 7. Second expression is basketball minus soccer ball equals 3. And then the third expression is soccer ball multiplied by basketball equals the missing number, which you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 8, choice B, 10, choice C, 12, and choice D, 15. This is our plan. Take a moment to understand the question, just like you would in a real test. Make sure to choose your answer as 1 out of 4 possible options. And you need to do it before time is up. Afterwards, I'll walk you through the solution step by step. Alright, let's dive in. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I truly hope so, because the solution is as simple and as elegant as this set of expressions. To solve this challenge, we need to remember high school math, or maybe middle school math, or maybe even elementary school math. Remember, we used to do it with x and y variables. Here, instead of x and y, we have basketball and soccer ball. To get the answer to this challenge, we need to use our 3-step solution. In the first step, we'll calculate the value of the basketball. In the second step, we'll calculate the value of soccer ball. And then in the step 3, we will calculate the expression. You know, the expression with the missing value. Soccer ball multiplied by basketball equals question mark. Let's do it step by step. First, let's join 2 equations together. Soccer ball plus basketball in parentheses plus basketball minus soccer ball in parentheses equals 7 plus 3. After we simplified, we learned that 2 basketballs equals 10, which would mean that 1 basketball would equal 10 divided by 2 and would equal 5. Now we're ready for step 2 to calculate the value of the soccer ball. Let's substitute the value of the basketball in the first equation. Soccer ball plus 5 equals 7, which means that soccer ball value is 2. Let's summarize. We've completed first 2 steps and we've learned that value of the basketball is 5 and the value of the soccer ball is 2. Now we are ready to solve the original expression. Remember the one? Soccer ball multiplied by basketball equals question mark. Cool thing about what we know now is that we know the values of both soccer ball and basketball. Let's substitute them. 2 multiplied by 5 equals 10. So the correct answer here is choice B, 10. Here's the deal. This challenge is your invitation to grow. Stick with it and you will come out smarter and more confident. You're presented with 4 squares. First 3 squares have different shapes inside, and the 4th square is missing. This is the square you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices: A, B, C, and D. Remember, we're here to help build your skills, but first you need to tackle this challenge on your own. And just like on the real test, I'll start the timer. Be sure to lock in your answer before timer's up. And once we're done, I'll break down the solution step by step. Let's dive in. Time's up. Are you ready? The key to solve these types of challenges is spotting the pattern. Is it always easy to find? Not at all, but it's possible. Let's take a close look together. The first and the most important thing to understand is that each square has the same shapes. Take a close look at the first square. It has circle, water drop, diamond, and then partial circle. Exactly the same shapes exist in square 2 and square 3. They are just located in different parts of the square. As you might have guessed, the solution for this problem will have 4 different patterns. Let's follow each individual shapes in squares 1 through 3 to detect the pattern for that particular shape. Let's first start with the circle. The circle moves 2 steps clockwise. It basically goes from corner to corner to corner and then to another corner again. The diamond stays on the same line and moves from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock positions. But here's the caveat. It also changes color. When diamond is at 9 o'clock, it has a darker color, and when it's at 3 o'clock, it has a lighter color. The partial square also moves 2 steps clockwise, but in addition, it rotates counterclockwise. It starts in the bottom left corner, then goes into the upper left corner, then continues to upper right corner, and in the target object, it will be in the bottom right corner. The only remaining shape in the circle is the water drop, and as you can see, water drop rotates clockwise in the same position. Knowing all of this information, let's build the target object. The circle will be in the upper left corner. The water drop will be pointing to the full circle at 11 o'clock. Diamond will be lighter color and will be in the 3 o'clock position. And the partial circle will be in the bottom right corner, which means that the correct answer here is choice C. But wait, are you ready to practice your skills? Try this question to see how you would do. You're presented with the series of squares. 3 squares have shapes inside, and the 4th square is missing. You need to determine the 4th square and select your answer out of 4 possible choices: A, B, C, and D. When you're confident in your answer, post it in comments and I'll share my feedback. Good luck with this fun challenge. To solve this amazing question, let's remember Ralph Waldo Emerson, who famously wrote, "Every artist was first an amateur." I think his words encourage us to think beyond what we already know and approach this challenge with fresh perspectives and fearless creativity. You're presented with the large grid, which has missing pieces, and your goal is to identify the piece that fits. Your choices for the answers are choices A, B, C, and D. Here's what we're gonna do. Take a moment to understand the question just like you would in a real test. Make sure you choose your answer before time is up. Afterwards, I'll walk you through the solution step by step. Let's go ahead and get started. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because the solution here is not very difficult. In fact, to solve it, we need to do 2 things. We need to focus on the edge areas and review the differences closely. And in the second step, we need to eliminate answer options that don't fit based on their shape and block count. Let's start by identifying those edge areas we need to focus on. I identified 5. Do you see more? This is what I found. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the areas where you need to look closely at the block difference in the answer choices. Let's look at the example. Let's look at the example in the first edge areas. You see that there are 2 blocks missing. Unfortunately, this doesn't help us much because these 2 blocks exist in all 4 answer choices, choices A, B, C, and D. Let's focus on the edge area 2. As we can see, it has 5 blocks missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, as far as I can see, choices A, B, and C still match this pattern, but we can successfully eliminate choice D. Now let's look at the edge area 3. It has 2 missing blocks, and this pattern only exists in shapes B and C, so we can also eliminate choice A. Edge area 4 has 1 missing block, but unfortunately it's not helpful because this pattern still exists in choices B and C. Well, our last hope is the edge area 5. Let's see if it's gonna be helpful. And voila! I think we're getting closer to the right answer because now we can eliminate the choice C. Well, and you know what time it is now, right? It's the magic time to announce the answer. The correct answer here is choice B, and we can now move it over and overlap with the main grid, so you can see that this answer is correct. Do you know any other alternative ways to solve these types of challenges quickly? Please make sure to post your recommendations in comments so we can all learn. Let's test your problem-solving abilities with this cool question. You're presented with 3 shapes, and the 4th shape is missing. You need to select your answer out of 4 possible choices by determining which shape comes next. Your choices for the answers are choices A, B, C, and D. Just like on a live exam, stay focused and lock in your response before timer is up. Once you're ready, we will reconnect on the other side and review the answer together. Let's go ahead and get started. Time's up. Are you ready? The solution is clear once you see it, but it takes some thought to get there. Let's dive in. Let's determine the first pattern here by looking at the dark shape. Let's call it a funnel. If you look closely, you see that the funnel in the first shape points up, then it moves 90-degree clockwise, then again 90-degree clockwise. Can you determine funnel's position in the missing shape? I think you got it. It should point 9 o'clock, right? But if you look at the answer choices, choices A, B, C, and D all point the funnel into 9 o'clock position. Not much help there, right? But let's keep looking so we can find the next pattern. Let's look at the squares in the middle. You see small square and large square. If you look closely, you see that the small square is not changing, but the large square changes the shape color in the background. The first shape has large square with the white background, then darker background, and then back to the white background. I think we're getting somewhere, right? Don't you think so? In order to truly get to the final answer, we need to look at the small diamonds. In the first shape, there are 6 small diamonds. In the second shape, there are only 4 small diamonds. And then in the third shape, there are only 2 small diamonds. It looks like the pattern here with the small diamonds is that the number of them decreases by 2 with every step. Knowing all 3 patterns, let's build a target shape. In target shape, the funnel should point at 9 o'clock position. The large square should have a darker background. And there should be no small diamonds in the large circle. Based on this logic, the correct answer here is choice B. Are you ready for more? Try this question to see how you would do. You're presented with the series of shapes, and you need to determine the missing next shape in the sequence. Your choices for the answers are choices A, B, C, and D. After you've determined and selected your final answer, post it in comments and I'll share my feedback. Enjoy solving the school problem. Here's the brand new question for you to solve. Take a look at this pyramid, which has numbers 22, 34, 8, 14, and 20, and then the bottom row has numbers 3, 5, 9, and 11. Your choices for the answers are choice A, 54, choice B, 56, choice C, 58, and last but not least, choice D, 59. Please take as much time as you need to solve this question and reinforce your learning. And when you're done solving it, make sure to post your answer in comments so I can give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck on this intriguing challenge.
Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for helping us to become one of the largest YouTube channels to help people become smarter, increase your IQ, and to pass any test. If the content of this video was helpful, please make sure to click the like button to help YouTube algorithm promote this video and help other people to find it faster. Giving us a like is also a way for you to tell us that you need more content like this, and when you tell us, we will deliver it for you in the future. For links to free and premium resources, please check the description and comments of this video. You can also go directly to our website, howtoanalyzedata.net, to download the materials related to this topic. I really appreciate your endorsement, support, and patronage of this channel. And thank you for considering to become a member and considering to subscribe. Please leave feedback, suggestions, or corrections in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.